Today we have Spider-Man Gang War. This is a really cool mini-series that has 5 parts, and it basically takes place right after Daredevil Born Again. And it's right after the Kingpin kind of loses control, and there's a huge, struggle for power with Hobgoblin, Hammerhead, Jack-o'-lantern, Mr. Rose, and a few other characters. It's just this really cool series, and Spider-Man doesn't really know, whether or not he is exactly, supposed to be fighting this war and in it, because he feels like they can kind of just take each other out. And, he's kind of getting to the point where he's kind of just tired being Spider-Man, and, he's just going through the motions, and it kind of just, it's a very interesting book for him as a character. And I think it's just a really, really, dynamic book, and it kind of shows him like, even when you're tired, you still have to, put your best foot forward and kind of make the effort to do good in the world, even if you just sometimes don't feel like it. And I think it's just a really cool dissection of, reality right now, but also just a really cool book. And these covers are just great. So I'll show them off real quick, and we'll get back into more of the story. But that's 1, really cool 2, this is 2, this is 3, my bad, I had them in the wrong order. And then you got 4. I'm missing 5. I don't have 5. That's the final part. But I read it on Marvel Unlimited. But it's just this really cool series, because Daredevil has a big tie to Kingpin, and he's a really street level character. He ends up basically being like, we have to bring Kingpin back, because he kind of, despite, what he does for the city, kind of puts it into order, he kind of brings it more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? He kind of evens out the playing fields among all the criminals, and it's just really, interesting that he is kind of like that, and he thinks like that. And, you get some other characters like Punisher. He appears, and he kind of just tries to, make a mess like he always does. And he just starts kind of killing some characters off, or trying to at least. And Spider-Man has to stop him and be like, dude, what are you doing? This is stupid. Killing is bad. And it kind of shows Spider-Man that, not only do you have to save the innocent, but you also have to save, criminals and the convicted. 'Cause Punisher, hurts these 2 guys, and they're about to die, and Spider-Man's trying to take down Punisher when he should be prioritizing taking the criminals to the hospital. And, it kind of shows him, the hard way that everyone matters and everyone needs to be saved, not just, the innocent and the heroes and stuff like that. It's a very well-rounded book, and I would definitely recommend this one. It's got some beautiful art and some really, really interesting stories, and it's the first time, in my opinion, that I actually read a comic relating to Hobgoblin. I had never read anything about him before this. I got this a while back, and I kind of reread it for this video. But either way, this series is really good, and I definitely really recommend it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and expect to see more. I think my next one might be Daredevil Born Again, so I might pull off of Spider-Man to do Daredevil and kind of intertwine and do kind of both, maybe 2 Spider-Man, 2 Daredevil. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.